Everybody, Brickhouse here, and not been a good year at the box office for superhero movies. Outside of Guardians of the Galaxy, every superhero movie has been a flop, disappointment, just flat out bad. Well, the next superhero movie on deck is the Blue Beetle. And needless to say, things are not looking good for the Blue Beetle. Box Office Pro published its projections for DC's next big movie, Blue Beetle, ahead of its August 18th theatrical release, and by all accounts, the Latin-led blockbuster looks placed to continue the Blue brand string of box office flops. The analyst projects Blue Beetle will open in a range of 12 to 17 million domestically, leading to a total gross of 27 to 55 million when it's all said and done. Now, granted, it's one of the cheaper movies that's being made here recently. Its reported budget's about 120 million. And it's only above Birds of Prey and Shazam when it comes to budget. Now, keep in mind, you got to add another, say, 100 million for marketing and advertising on top of that. These estimates could leave Blue Beetle as DCEU's lowest box office opening ever, potentially falling below the franchise's all-time low of 16.7 million, which was held by Wonder Woman 1984. Now, keep in mind that was released, December 2020 during the pandemic. Now, I'm just going to say, whenever you release a trailer for a movie, and toward the end of the trailer, you say Batman's a fascist, that's going to turn a few people off. Besides the fact that the CGI doesn't look good, Blue Beetle is not a main tentpole character on the DC side of things. This is just adding up to be another disaster for Warner Brothers Discovery. And this is supposed to be the first movie of the new DC universe, headed by James Gunn and Peter Safran. Looking at the long-term total, estimates are bleak for Blue Beetle with a $27 to $55 million haul, placing the movie as one of DCEU's biggest flops, even worse than its latest string of failures. The significant majority of Box Office Pro's 28 million estimate range has Blue Beetle taking home the lowest domestic box office in DCEU history, with the complete list of totals below. I mean, that's really bad if you're falling behind Shazam! Fury of the Gods, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman 1984. Blue Beetle will round out DC to an even 4 flops in a row, 3 of which have come since the announcement of a reboot, with Aquaman 2 set to be the final movie in the DCEU and now appears likely to suffer the same fate. Warner Brothers had clearly had high expectations for the movie based on the billion-dollar gross of 2019's Aquaman. The movie was granted a huge $205 million budget and has now been through 3 rounds of reshoots in order to get it to its latest state after some worrying test screenings panned the sequel. Yeah, the 3rd round of reshoots was because continuity issues. Just saying. Between the lack of interest in the DCEU as it nears its end, the controversy surrounding Amber Heard, and the negative buzz around the movie, Aquaman 2 appears likely to see a massive decline from its predecessor's box office. Looking even further beyond Aquaman 2, one has to wonder whether James Gunn's reboot will be able to salvage DC. Becoming ever clearer that significant damage has been done to the Blue brand, leaving the question of yet another box office if yet another change in direction will be enough to draw an audience. While estimates may have Blue Beetle set for domestic disaster, the superhero blockbuster may find success abroad with the Latin audience. Zolo Maridueñas, Jamie Reyes, will be the first leading Latin superhero from a major studio, which is bound to attract some audience due to the untapped market. Generally speaking, you were exactly expecting Blue Beetle to become a massive box office success, especially after The Flash. After all, the movie is yet another piece of a dying universe, holds no major stars, who will bring in an audience, stars a lesser-known superhero, and has had some rather lackluster marketing. Blue Beetle's set to come out August the 18th. So there you have it. My opinion, this movie should have gone straight to HBO Max or Max. Or gone the way of Batgirl. But what do I know? I'm not running a multi-billion-dollar company. So if you would, comment down below. Tell me what you think. And while you're at it, please take the time to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell to get notified when my content becomes available here on YouTube. And as always, I thank you for watching, and I will see you later.